On behalf of the IQVIA Japan Thought Leadership team, thank you for joining our video series on the present and future of pharmaceuticals. With offices in over 100 countries, at IQVIA, we leverage our leading global position in data analytics, including sales, prescription, and claims data, and our extensive real-world data assets and consulting capabilities to provide insights into pharmaceutical trends and future outlook. Here in Japan, the Japan Thought Leadership team supports healthcare stakeholders navigate the complexity of change. We provide insights on Japan and global market through our quarterly reports, white papers, and market forecasts. And we deliver over 50 presentations and briefings annually to pharmaceutical companies, government, academia, and other industry stakeholders, and at industry events and to the media. Today, we will highlight the global and regional pharmaceutical markets. In this video, we will discuss that global pharmaceutical spend has recovered post-COVID, growth dynamics have shifted and vary across regions and countries, and price pressure, including discounts and rebates, is offsetting volume growth. Global pharmaceutical spend has rebounded post-COVID and surpassed $1.5 trillion in 2023. Pharmaceutical spend grew further in 2024 to $1.7 trillion, although at lower year-on-year growth. Strong overall global pharmaceutical growth post-COVID resulted in current 5-year compound growth of plus 7.9%. This is 2 percentage points increase over historical 5-year compound growth. Looking at the top 10 developed markets, and the countries are listed below, cost containment measures and pressure on price continued in most developed markets, including health technology assessment and cost effectiveness assessment in Europe, expansion of price negotiations and higher levels of discounts and rebates in the US, and out-of-cycle, off-year NHI price revisions here in Japan. Shifting to emerging markets, which are 13 countries with emerging pharmaceutical markets and are listed below, positive demographic changes, shifting disease profiles, and expanding healthcare access have positively impacted growth in these emerging markets. Let's now take a look at 3 key geographies: the US, EU4 plus UK, and China. Japan is discussed separately in IQVIA country-specific sessions for Japan. China reported an overall economic slowdown in the last 2-3 years, which also impacted the broader healthcare and pharmaceutical markets. China pharmaceutical spend exceeded $150 billion in 2021 with a strong rebound post-COVID. Pharmaceutical spend grew further to $166 billion in 2024, although with lower growth in the last 3 years. A slowdown in expansion of national healthcare coverage and price pressure on reimbursed innovative brands have negatively impacted growth in China in the last 2-3 years. As a result, post-COVID current 5-year compound growth slowed to plus 2.8%. This is a minus 5.7 percentage point decrease over historical 5-year compound growth in China. Turning to the EU4 plus UK, which is made up of 5 countries: France, Germany, Italy, Spain, and the UK. Combined pharmaceutical spend for the 5 countries exceeded $200 billion in 2022. This combined pharmaceutical spend grew further to $242 billion in 2024. Growth has remained constant in EU4 plus UK over the last 5 years, despite increasing price pressure and reimbursement policy changes impacting the markets. Looking now at the US, higher levels of prescribing in the US saw dispensed prescriptions exceed 7 billion in 2024, with pharmaceutical spend of $812 billion. This excludes discounts and rebates. Discounts and rebates continue to expand in the US, lowering reported pharmaceutical spend, with 2024 discount and rebate adjusted net spend of $502 billion. 2024 discounts and rebates adjusted net spend was 38.2% below manufacturer invoice price, and this was an expansion in discounts and rebates over the minus 32% difference reported in 2019. Growth in the US in the last 3-4 years has been driven by oncology and immunology in specialty, and diabetes and obesity in primary care, with these therapy areas expected to continue to drive growth in the coming years. Leveraging our leading global position in data analytics, consulting, and real-world capabilities, in this video, we highlighted that global pharmaceutical spend has recovered post-COVID. Growth dynamics have shifted and vary across regions, with slower 5-year compound growth in China and Japan, and accelerated compound growth in Europe and the US. For emerging markets continued to be volume-driven, and price pressure has intensified in developed markets. For more details on the global pharmaceutical market, please download the IQVIA Institute, the Global Use of Medicines Outlook through 2029 report at the link provided. Thank you for your time, and please join us for additional insights into the global and Japan pharmaceutical markets in this IQVIA video series.